Hey guys, thank you for coming to my channel. In this video, you'll be learning about when to use have, has, and had. Have, has, and had is used when talking about possession or ownership. Have, has, and had can also be used when talking about something someone needs to do. Have, has, and had is also used to form perfect tenses as well as perfect continuous tenses. Have is used with plural subjects. Plural means more than one. Our plural subjects are I, you, we, and they. Example 1 says, I have an appointment to go to. So as you can see, our subject is I, and it's plural. Which is kind of weird because I seems like it would be singular because it's just one person that you're talking about, but it's considered plural. Also, you can be used when talking about one person or a group of people. For example, I could say, you have to do this, but I'm only talking about one person. But if I said, you all have to do this, I would be talking about a group of people. It depends on how you use the word you. So example 2 says they have a car in their garage. So notice how the subject is plural, so we use have. And example 3 says we have to get along for the sake of our kids. Notice how the subject we is plural, and that's why we used have. Has is used with singular subjects. Singular means one. So our singular subjects are he, she, it, and someone's name. So example 1 says she has $10 in her bank account. Notice how our subject she is singular, so we used has. Example 2 says there's a bird in my backyard and it has a long beak. Our subject is it, and that's singular, and that's why we used has. Well, there's actually multiple subjects in this sentence, but we're just focusing on the subject it that comes before has. Example 3 says he has an issue with the rules. Notice how the subject is he and it's singular, and that's why we used has. Example 4 says Max has a gift for you. In this example, we use someone's name, which will be singular, and that's why we used has. Had is used when the sentence is about something that happened in the past. Had is used whether the subject is singular or plural. Example 1 says they had a gender reveal last week. So notice how this sentence is past tense, and that's why we used had. Example 2 says Amy had a heart attack on Monday. Notice how Amy had a heart attack in the past on Monday, and that's why we used had. Example 3 says when I was a kid, I had a cute teddy bear. Notice how I'm talking about when I was a kid, which is in the past, and that's why I used had. As I mentioned earlier, have, has, and had is used to form perfect tenses as well as perfect continuous tenses. Our perfect tenses are present perfect, past perfect, and future perfect, and I'll be discussing all of those in the upcoming slides. Present perfect means the action started in the past and continued up to now. So example 1 says, I have eaten shrimp before. So this action started in the past and it could still be happening today. And example 2 says, you have eaten shrimp since you were a kid. So that action happened in the past and it could still be going on today. Example 3 says he has eaten shrimp before. So this is an action that started in the past and it could still be going on today. Past perfect means a completed past action happened before another action took place. So example 1 says I had eaten before going to work. So I had eaten is the past action, and then before going to work is the second past action. So the eating had happened before I went to work. Example 2 says you had eaten before taking a shower. So you had done the eating before you took a shower. And example 3 says he had eaten his dinner prior to receiving a phone call. So he had eaten first and then he received the phone call. So both of them are past actions. Future perfect means an action will take place in the future, but will end at a certain point. So example 1 says, I will have eaten all of the cake by the time my friends arrive. So that action of eating cake will take place in the future, but it will end by the time my friends arrive. The same thing goes for example 2 and 3, because they're the same sentence. The subject is just different. So notice how in example 1, the subject is I. Example 2, the subject is you. In example 3, the subject is he. But I'll still go over each example because the more examples, the merrier. Okay, so example 2 says, you will have eaten all of the cake by the time your friends arrive. And example 3 says, he will have eaten all of the cake by the time his friends arrive. The perfect continuous tenses are present perfect continuous, past perfect continuous, and future perfect continuous. And I'll elaborate on all of these. Present perfect continuous means the action started in the past and it continued into the present. Example 1 says, I have been eating fish since I was a kid. So I started eating fish when I was a kid, but it's still an ongoing thing. Example 2 says, you have been eating since this morning. So I started eating this morning, but it's still an ongoing thing. Example 3 says, he has been eating veggies all year. So he started eating in the past, but it's still an ongoing thing. Well, he started eating veggies in the past, and it's still an ongoing thing. Past perfect continuous means the action started in the past, continued for some time, and was still happening or recently ended before another past action or event. So example 1 says, I had been eating before I received a phone call. So I had been eating is the past action, well, the action that started in the past, and that continued for some time before I received a phone call. So when I received the phone call, I stopped eating. Example 2 says, you had been laughing before someone hit you in the head. So you had been laughing is the action that started in the past, continued for some time, and then it was interrupted by someone hitting you in the head. So that's when the laughing stopped. Example 3 says, he had been smiling prior to someone making him cry. So he had been smiling is the action that started in the past, continued for some time, and then it was interrupted by someone making him cry. Future perfect continuous means an ongoing action will have been happening for a period of time before a specific time or event in the future. So example 1 says, come tomorrow, I will have been eating candy since I was 16. So the ongoing action is I will have been eating candy, and the specific period of time is since I was 16, and the future event is come tomorrow. So come tomorrow, I will have been eating candy since I was 16. Example 2 says, come Friday, you will have been eating broccoli for 6 months. So the ongoing action is you will have been eating broccoli, and the specific time is 6 months. So by Friday, I will have been doing this action for 6 months. Example 3 says, after today, he will have been eating mushrooms since he was 12. So the ongoing action is he will have been eating mushrooms, and the specific time is since he was 12. So after today, he will have been eating mushrooms since he was 12. After today, he will have been doing that ongoing action for a specific amount of time, which is since he was 12. Thank you guys for coming. I hope you found this video informative. If you did find this video informative, please feel free to like, comment, or subscribe, or all of the above, and I'll see you next time.